must understand that the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. Hey, how you doing? From Altamont to the Thunderdome, we're going to take a dive into playing an acoustic version of an absolute classic by an absolute legend. I'm Niall, and today I'm going to show you how to play Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do With It, which I've arranged for an acoustic and a pick.
Very nice.
Now, as far as equipment goes, I'm playing this on a D'Angelico Brooklyn, acoustically, with a nylon 0.73mm pick. That gives me enough rigidity to give me a solid sound, but at the same time it's not so hard that it's going to snap a string when I dig in. Now, the original was in G sharp minor. That really isn't going to suit this style of playing. So if you want to play it in the original key, just detune your guitar by one semitone. Now, I've tried to include as many hooks as I can. There are some beautiful little synth phrases running through the song, and great bass lines too. So I've done what I can to bring them all together. So let's take a look at that opening guitar part. I'm playing an A minor 7. Moving into an A minor. Very little difference, but it gives you this. Follow the tabs below to see how the chords change slightly. You're going from an A minor 7 to an A minor, and you're going from a G to a G sus4 to a G. Here's G, here's G sus4. Now, I'm a serious campaigner. I'm playing G with your second, third and fourth fingers. That gives you the option of doing lots of things with your first finger, this being one of them. So that right hand part goes. That's down, up, down, down. And if you can, bring the heel of your hand slightly onto the end of the string so it gives you this little sound if you like. G. Your right hand needs to be pretty precise with this. So if you're having trouble keeping up, don't forget you can just go back along the video, repeat the section, keep playing it slowly until you can get it up to speed. So that little section goes. Now you go over those two chords a few times, and then you end up getting to an F. It's physical. So that goes from the G. So you're going from the G to an F. And then you got that little riff. Then you got your F. So that rhythm looks like this. And that brings you straight into the chorus. And the chorus, nice and slowly, goes. And you're back into another verse. So up to speed, that goes. What's love got to do? Got to do with it? What's love you got another verse, another chorus, and then you got the key change. I'm going to shorten the synth solo. It's actually twice as long as what I'm doing, but it's the same chords. So it goes D, A, G, A, D, A, G, and then you're into the C over D. You got a C over D, then a D. You do those two twice, then you go to a B flat, a C over B flat, A minor 7, and a D. And you're into the new key. So here's your C over D. It's a one finger chord, 4 strings. To a D. Here's your B flat. And your C over B flat. Watch the tabs. And your A minor 7. And a D. So that whole bridge from that second chorus, it goes. It's a heart when a heart can be broken. Here we go. Now you notice I'm strumming pretty hard on that D over C. So rather than just being super precise with my right hand, I'm muting the A and E strings with my pinky and my middle finger actually. They're just resting gently on top of the strings so that the strings don't make music when I'm strumming. That way I can strum all the strings to my heart's content. And again with the D, I have my thumb hooked over here. If you want to know more about muting, check out this link up here. I've done a video all about that sort of thing. So that chorus in the B minor is the exact same idea, it's just different chords. So here's the bass line. Up to speed. And there you go. That's how you play Tina Turner's amazing What's Love Got to Do With It. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, why not drop a like? Subscribe to the channel here. Watch a similar video up here, or my latest video just up here. Don't forget to leave that guitar out where you can see it. It makes practicing much easier. And keep on learning.